Hello, everybody, and welcome to PNSQ Chronicles. This is the best podcast having to do with the Pacific Northwest Software Quality Conference there is. And if we're being 100% honest, it's the only podcast associated with the Pacific Northwest Software Quality Conference. I am your host, Michael Larsen, and we also have our other lovely host.
Hello, I am Srilu Balla, and all the loveliness he's talking about is me. Today, we are here with the amazing, talented Heather Wilcox. Heather, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Hi. So I have been in the industry since 1994. My first job was with Symantec in 1995. So I was actually doing technical support when Windows 95 hit the scene. So that was a super fun year. That's the ultimate trial by fire. So I've been around a minute. After Symantec, I chose to focus on startups for the most part. So I have a very odd collection of skill sets that come from having to do whatever it is that needed to be done in order to get the software out yesterday. So I think that gives me a little bit of advantage over people that have done the same job for years and years and years, and that when you have to make it work, you learn fast. I've learned a lot of things. About 13 years ago now, I decided to go to work for an educational company, and I'm still with that company. So that's my longest relationship with a company ever. My current role is that I am a quality manager. So I have a team of 16 engineers that I manage and work with on a daily basis.
Fantastic. That's a pretty good sized group to be working with. And it does seem to be a kind of a common theme that oftentimes when I can't speak for everybody, but this has definitely been my approach. It seems that you either get to have something that has a little bit of tenure, or you get a lot of little jobs that you build up in a short amount of time. And somehow it seems like there's not an in-between there. So, and the market sometimes dictates how that happens. So I've been in the industry almost as long, actually been in the industry a little bit longer than you have, but my first official testing job started in 1994. So I'm going to claim it. We're tied.
Yeah, no, you win.
So, what we want to focus on first off is that Heather is giving a workshop on Monday, the first day of the conference, which is October 14th. And her topic is the new Testers Handbook. And being as the fact that you manage 13 people, my guess is you've probably had some experience with new testers. So tell us about it.
Yeah, the concept is I felt that PNSQC, we do a lot of workshops and whatnot around advanced topics. And I thought it would be really great to back off and do something for people that are just getting started in their testing career. And since I'm a crusty old goat and I have a ton of experience testing, we thought it would be fun for me to sit with folks and sort of help get them started, give them some tips and tricks around what it takes to be a good tester and how to get started in your testing career. The first slide, actually, in my presentation, I'll let the cat out of the bag a little bit. One of the things on that slide is I have a plan, but we don't need to stick with the plan. So depending on who all is signed up for my class, we can go as deep as they want to go, or we can stay as shallow as they need to stay. I'll sort of match my class to meet the people that are signed up for it, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. Depending upon if everybody knows, you don't need to go to to the basics. You can go deeper. So
exactly.
Makes sense, and it's practical.
Yeah. So I have a series of themes that we'll talk about, and I have some guidance for each of the themes, but we can vary way off of that guidance, or we can spend a whole bunch of time on it, whatever the class wants to do. So I think it'll be a really interesting time for the attendees. I'm hoping that everybody gets something out of it, hopefully a lot.
I am pretty sure they will. And this is an important topic. We always go into technicalities this particular technology, this particular automation, this particular testing technique. But if you're new to the industry, or even if you've been seasoned person, what is the golden standard? What is reasonable? You do need to talk about those things. So this is an important talk. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, absolutely. And there's test cases. I've worked with people that have been in the industry for 10 years and still can't write a good test case to save their toenails. So I think you're right, Srilu. It's important to really touch on what is the gold standard for test cases or test plans or any of that stuff that we take for granted, because there are people that walk in and even though they've been doing the job for a long time, they're missing key pieces of the basics. So that's what this class is hopefully about, is filling that in.
This is terrific. And very excited to see that we're actually addressing this, because when I saw the topic appear, I thought, oh, that's so cool. We actually get something to where maybe less seasoned testers or those who may think, oh, why would I even go to a workshop at PNSQC? It's all advanced topics. I'm not going to be able to focus on it. And here's a chance we can say, no, not true. We have something directly aimed. If you're a novice, or if you've, say, only been in the industry for a year or 2 years, this is probably a really perfect opportunity. And even if you've been in longer, it's a pretty good bet that if you've, like many of us, learned by trial by fire, there's a chance that a lot of the stuff that you learned, you just learned because it was thrown at you, or you picked up a book and you did the best you could. And wouldn't it be neat to say, how does this actually work in the real world with other organizations? What are your takes? And here's a great opportunity to talk to other testers, as well as Heather, to be able to see how well your stuff stacks up and if it will actually work as you want it to. And if you feel that what you've got is lacking, here's a chance to bone up on it. Now,
Exactly.
to be part of a workshop, of course, you must be present to play. That means that if you want to participate in this workshop, you have to be in Portland, and you have to be here on the Monday, October 14th, to participate. Granted, if you are seeing this and you are outside of the Portland metropolitan area, that might be a bit much to ask, and it's going to have to be a bit much to ask because it's deliberately for people that are physically there. But if you are in the Portland area, in the metropolitan area around it, we do have a special discount code that we will be offering, and that will help you get a discount because you are a Oregon resident or nearby. That includes you too, Vancouver. So with all that being said, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of PNSQ Chronicles, and we are getting very close to the conference. So in 2 weeks' time, if you are watching this and you will be there, we will see you there. And if you are watching this but not planning on attending, you can still participate virtually, or you can also hang out and check out the free track, which will get you options to see the keynotes and our invited speakers. So there's no reason for anybody to miss getting involved with PNSQC. So with that, we'd like to say thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.